Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Dematerialize with us, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hey, what's up? I'm Steven. I do vocals.
What's up? I'm Jeremy. I play guitar.
Awesome. So my first question, guys, how'd you start out the band? How'd you get your members?
So it's an interesting story. Unfortunately, our other guitarist and drummer couldn't be here right now, but so it started off with me and Craig, the other guitarist, and it's kind of a side project. We would listen to songs we liked, and we were like, oh yeah, we should write some music that's heavy. And so we started recording our own music, and our kind of main goal is we want to make it heavy with like a lot of breakdowns. We want to put some spooky sounding keys, and we're like, we want to write some like crazy sounding guitar over it. So this started back in like 2012, and so it's been like a long thing in progress, kind of. So over time, we wrote a few songs, 3 of them, which we're using for our upcoming EP, which is coming out soon. And that kind of it was interesting because we were in separate states at the time, so we would write on Dropbox and we'd send files back and forth. And like I said, it was a long thing in progress. And eventually, in 2015, we picked up Jeremy. He was my roommate in college, and he also shared the same passion of music that we did. And we're like, oh, he's a natural fit. And then we picked up Bryce, our drummer, this year, actually, when we were recording our music video. And since then, we've been recording new music, and we got our EP coming out real soon.
Awesome. So how was, I guess, you were saying you guys started like around 2012. So like, how was the process starting from like, initially starting out? Obviously, you were saying you're passing files like back and forth. So like, what made you guys want to like continue to do it and like really kind of push for a band? Because that's what I thought was really interesting when I got like an email about you guys. Shout outs to Chelsea from Famine. But I was like really interested in how like, how you guys had started out initially and then kind of like, tapered off a little bit, and then now you're getting back into it. I think, it's really cool from my perspective as somebody who, listens to a lot of bands, watches a lot of bands grow. So what kind of pushes you guys and like motivates you guys to like really want to put out material and do stuff?
Well, we sat on the songs for a really long time. We were thinking like, oh, we really need to get these out, because we really enjoy them, and we think people that would also like that style would also really enjoy it. And a big factor was actually Jeremy. He's the one that kind of helps push us. He's like, guys, like, he likes to finish things, and he had written some new songs too. And eventually we had enough songs to put together an EP. And so we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's get it out. So we sent the songs out, got them nice and polished, and then now they're ready for everyone to listen to.
Awesome. So my next question, guys, I ask this every band. So I don't know if you've played any shows yet, but what are some favorite venues you guys like to go catch a show at, maybe in your free time?
You want to talk about yours?
Shows that we like to go to? Venues. So that's hard for me to answer because I just moved to Illinois, so I don't know really any of the venues out in this area. I used to live in the Bay Area, and there are a lot of venues like in the San Francisco area that I like to go to. Remember like some of the first shows I went to were at like Slim's or like the Warfield, places like that. The Regency Ballroom was a really big one. That was like one of the big tour stops. I don't know, what about you? You've been to shows in the Chicago area.
I really like the Bottom Lounge in Chicago. That's where I saw Mice and Men when I was like in high school, and it was the return of Austin Carlisle, and it was such an epic show. Another place was Mojo's in Joliet, Illinois. That place, rest in peace, it's not a music venue anymore. But that's where I saw like Chelsea Grin and Volumes, which are some of my favorite bands for the first time.
Awesome. So, well, speaking about venues, to follow up that question, what was the last show that you attended?
Oh my gosh. I know the last one I went to, I saw Big Gigantic in Urbana.
Okay.
I really like their style, they're a little funk. I like they play live drums, live saxophone, and I love the blend of genres.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last show I actually been to, just because I've been moving around a lot the past year. I went to Warped Tour like 2017, I think, which was a little bit of a throwback for me because I used to go like every year through like middle and high school. And then when I went off to school, because I was just all over the place, I kind of stopped going for a couple of years. And I'm glad I was able to go that year, because then this year was obviously like the last one. So it's kind of unintentionally my last chance to actually make it to one of those. I mean, that's like punk rock summer camp. I like grew up there. So it was nice to be a part of that experience one last time.
What do you guys think about that? Like the Warped Tour ending. I know I've asked a few bands, obviously more recently in terms of like time frame, but obviously we've had a little bit of time to let it all sink in. But like, what do you think is like the most like, I guess, like the most weighted thing about Warped Tour going away? Like, I've had discussions with like other bands about it, so I'm curious what you guys' thoughts and opinions are on it, like ending and stuff.
I think from my point of view, just because I've been to so many, like when I was growing up and slowly getting into the scene, I see it a little bit as an end of an era in a lot of respects. I mean, I don't see myself ever being able to like play one, which at the time would have been like the dream.
Of course.
But at the same time, I am kind of excited to see what kind of steps up to replace it in some form. I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out, to see if, I don't know, maybe we'll be a part of it one day.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Jeremy said, and the main thing is what's going to replace it. Like, everyone's used to going to summer music festivals, and now, that few genres that Warped Tour recovered, like, what's going to happen for them. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of it.
I personally feel like there's going to be a lot more like just tours like in general. I feel like, it was almost like if you had a tour, it's almost like you got overshadowed by Warped Tour. It's like everybody that I talk with, they're like, oh, well, there's this sick tour coming around, but like Warped Tour is coming around and I got to save my money to like go see that. So I think personally it's going to be a good thing in the end. I think they're not entirely like getting rid of it. I think they might just like do like, like short runs or whatever, or something like that, just to kind of like be like, hey, we're still here. We haven't left. It's just maybe we can't do it to the full thing. So that's what I personally feel like is going to happen, but who knows? Kevin Lyman's, whatever he does is what he does. But getting back to more of your band related questions, what are some of your musical influence? I guess you could pass the mic off too for that one too.
So, as I mentioned earlier, when going to shows, and so Chelsea Grin, Alex Kohler, as a vocalist, has been such a great influence on me. I love his sound, and like I would practice to them all the time, and just try to like mimic that sound because I loved how it sounded. And obviously, every vocalist sounds different, so I had my own little touch to it. I also really like Michael Barr, one of the ex-vocalists
Nice.
of Volumes. Yeah, I just love. It's like so. He's a lot of emotion in his voice, and such a solid sound to hear. It's a little more he enunciates well so people can understand him, even people that don't listen to the like heavy music, which I really liked. And I also really like Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence, rest in peace. Coming up into him and actually Craig Mabbitt who used to be in Bust the Fall at the time, those two vocalists, they're like, wow, those guys are awesome, and I kind of want to do that, and that's what really got me into doing the vocals.
I think two of my big ones, at least like in the more metalcore side of things, are Architects and like Monster Flames. I love those two bands. We step outside them a little bit, or that genre a little bit. I think Thrice is probably like the biggest musical influence that I have. I love that band. I love everything they've done from start to where they are now. They've had a huge impact on me. So.
What'd you guys think about Holy Hell? I'm like, that's the only thing I've been listening to for like since it's been out. It's so good.
I was listening to it on the bus today. I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it at work yesterday.
And that's been on constant repeat for me. But like, it's been on like constant repeat for me. But every time he comes home, he's like, "Yeah, let's listen to the Architect album." I really like it. Like, yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, that is a unique vocal style that I don't know. Like I like to cover songs, but like that one, like that's a nice singing and the screaming. Like it's so unique, so raw. Sounds good.
He's next level. He's like, so top tier right now. I've also been spinning. I don't know if you guys check out the newest signee to Sharp Tone Crystal Lake. Killer stuff. Check that band out. They're from Japan. If there's any band that I can recommend, like if you're just into that real like almost borderline like deathcore stuff, because I know you're talking about like Chelsea Grin. I'm not trying to plug them at all, but hey, sick stuff. Go give them a listen.
Right?
It's Crystal Lake. Yep.
Yeah. Didn't they put out a new song like yesterday or the day before or something?
Yeah. They just put out a new song.
I haven't heard it yet, but like I've been seeing that name pop up again. I'm like, yeah, I should check that out.
I would totally recommend seeing it. It's real good. It's like I like I said, I feel like it very much borderlines like metalcore and like deathcore. It's like kind of like in between, you know. So real good stuff. But anyway, next question. Kind of, you maybe already answered it a little bit, but who have you guys been jamming other than maybe Architects?
I really like this one Chicago band called Altered Perceptions.
Cool.
Their vocalist, I would check them out. He's wild. I like listening to it just because of the vocals. Other than that, I listen to some kind of lighter stuff. I really like Movements. Been listening to a lot of Movements. They put out a new song recently. And, like playlists that come up from that, like the new Story So Far album. I know Jeremy's gonna probably say that. It's just, you know, it's a nice break from the heavy stuff, but it still brings feels, and that's why I love it. I mean, clearly you like it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, Story So Far's album, I was listening to that today actually when I was driving around. Architect's album, like we were saying, a little bit of Thrice here and there. I mix them in all the time. I listen to a lot of Counterparts and Era's newest album.
Nice.
I really like those two, and so I've been listening to quite a bit of that lately.
I was gonna look at my Spotify and see what I listened to like yesterday.
I always recommend doing that. That's always the best way to get the answers. Movements. Yeah, that's been awesome. I actually just saw Story So Far and Movements, I think like last weekend, which was awesome.
How was it?
It was, so they were headlining Story So Far. It was Turnover, Citizen, and then Movements opened. So
the main Spotify playlist that comes when you listen to any of those bands, they all play together.
It was such a sick show. It like sold out where I lived at. Pretty much like the entire East Coast was like all sold out. So it was a fun, very, very fun show. But I'm trying to think who I know that you had mentioned another band. Era's new record, phenomenal too. That was awesome. Just like a good blend of everything. But some fun questions for you guys. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
You want to take it first?
No, you got this. We've thrown around like a couple of I don't know what we're really actually seriously planning on doing. I know you mentioned, what was that song, Ultimate?
Ultimate by Denzel Curry.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I know Craig was starting to work on what was the song called?
Bad Baby. Affiliated.
Yeah. I know, yeah, we've talked about that. I think if we were going to do a cover, we'd want to take something ridiculous and just make it as heavy as possible. I mean, I feel like it'd be easier for us to like take a metalcore band, just do that, but then it'll just kind of sound like the same thing that someone else is doing.
Yeah,
I want to
be heavier though.
Do something completely different with it. So those are the two that we've talked about.
Yeah, and back to Bad Baby and Affiliated. Craig, he tracked it out, guitar and everything. It sounds so spooky as a metal song. I just want to put it that way. I mean, you put the lyrics over it, and it's like, but if like you just had that song as a metal song, like it would sound good.
You should release it. That's what I'm saying.
It's in our Dropbox right now.
Yeah.
Well, people who are watching this interview, if you want Dematerialize to release it, just comment below. Just be like, listen. Just let them know you want to hear it, because that'd be sick.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the feedback.
Awesome.
We'll work on that.
All right, guys, next question. Another fun one. Gotta ask this. Favorite food to eat?
Mine is definitely tacos. I recently discovered Cholula sauce and making some tacos and throwing some Cholula sauce on there. Those are my life source right now.
God, this is gonna sound so lame compared to tacos, but like I just like cheese. I gotta be honest, like I love that.
Just straight cheese?
Yeah, dude.
All right, I feel it. Some fried.
Not fried.
I didn't expect you to say that.
He's just talking about like the polio, just the the shredded cheese that you pull by hand. I feel you. I got you.
Sometimes I see Jeremy just shoveling cheese in his mouth. Or at night. Sorry. I like to think it's in the morning, but
morning's coffee, just as much of it as I can get.
Yeah.
I guess, does that count as a food? If coffee counts as a food, I'm absolutely changing my answer to that. That's my lifeblood. I couldn't function without that. So, yeah, coffee.
I couldn't function without caffeine either, so I feel that. Definitely feel that. All right, guys. Next question. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with, who would it be?
I'm trying to think of who I would want to do from like the music side. I mean, since you're a vocalist, you probably can think of some. I know like Jesse Cash. I don't know from like Era. I don't know how we could ever incorporate that into what we do, but like if we could find a way, I think that would be amazing. Just because that band has been such a huge influence on all of us. So I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go with the dude from Architects. I want him to drop some emotional singing, and I want to throw some background vocals for him. I think that would be amazing. I can't remember his name right now, but
Sam.
Carter. Yep.
From Architects. I think that would be amazing. I also think it'd be cool to kind of have Jeremy. You mentioned Jesse, but you're probably singing, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have like someone do guitar too. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
Like a solo or something like that.
Yeah, guest guitar part, or even
Jason Richardson.
Oh yes, or Jason Richardson. Yeah, that would be fantastic. He used to live down the street from me, actually. It's really
Oh,
ironic.
that's tight.
Born of Osiris did the whole band when he was in Born of Osiris.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Got on it. Should have been like, yo, trying to get him Born of Osiris right now.
You know, it was. I would see them at Chipotle. I would see them grocery shopping. It was wild.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. I was in high school, so I never said hi to them, but I wish I did.
Missed opportunities. Anyway, next question, guys. If you could pick another musical instrument that you could just kill at, what would it be?
So I'm going to say the harmonica, and the only reason why I say that is that you can carry that harmonica in your pocket, and you can play it wherever
That's true. Ooh.
It is the only instrument, other than your voice, maybe, I don't know, that you can just carry like such a small item in your pocket and just go at it, and like literally, like, you master it. It sounds pretty good, you know. I don't think you were expecting me to say that.
I was going to say piano. Now I want to say recorder.
Well, we got one of those right here in the studio.
Yeah. But if I'm being honest, probably piano. I was actually thinking the other day, I feel like if I could play the piano really well, I could translate a lot of that over to guitar. But I mean, yeah, like plugging in MIDI notes isn't really the same thing.
Right here.
Yeah.
You gotta learn, Jeremy.
It's not that I can't, just that I've been choosing not to. With that being said, we've got a recorder in the closet, so I guess I could just pick one and roll with it. Yeah.
It's going to be harmonica and recorder on the next Dematerialize. You guys are just going to shred.
We're gonna be on the street corner, you know, accepting any tips.
You guys are
Yeah,
going to
no
be
more
next.
drums.
We'll cover our songs too.
You're going to be the next Mumford & Son or something.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, guys. My next question is, it's a personal favorite of mine because I'm a massive nerd, so I love asking this question. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
The first thing that comes to mind is Illidan from World of Warcraft.
Oof.
Are you familiar with WoW?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so our upcoming EP, there's a song called Primordial, and you are not prepared for it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Trying to think of just like my favorite World of Warcraft character, but I play more Hearthstone than World of Warcraft. I think Rexar is pretty cool. I can put that one. Just like hunt people down. That'd be pretty cool.
Sick, guys. My next question is, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show in terms of bands that you've seen?
It's been a while since I've been to a show. That's the only thing.
I want to say For the Fallen Dreams, mostly because, I grew up near Chicago, and they were in Michigan, and they would come through all the time. I've seen that band the most out of, like, any bands. And I've seen them go through, like, lineup changes, too, and they still sounded solid, and especially the album Backburner, that was that era of time, like, they could put together it would sound just like the recording, but it would sound better, and it was awesome to see, and every time I saw them, they never let me down.
I think the couple times I've seen Circus Survive was like life-changing experiences. So I'm gonna have to go with that. I mean, I've been to a lot of shows, or at least used to go to a lot of shows, and every time I've seen them, it just like took me to another dimension. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, that's how good they were. It was magical. So I'm gonna go with Circus Survive.
I can agree with that. I saw them actually around this time last year. They were on tour thrice, and
What's that?
that was a
Price and balance and composure.
yep. And Sean.
I missed balance and composure because I went to the LA date with my friend, and we didn't realize it was downtown where there was no parking anywhere. It was bad.
Big mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. But we saw Thrice, we saw Circus Survive, changed my life. Pretty great.
It was very magical. I feel like, I'm a little bit lucky because Philadelphia is so close and they're pretty much like they play in Philly all the time. But man, that was like the first time I saw them, and I was like, I need to see this band every time they come through, no matter what happens. So definitely changed my mind. And Anthony's just like a fantastic vocalist in general. So would love to see them again. But anyway, kind of following up the best live bands, if you guys could compile a dream tour, who would be on the lineup?
Tough one. I didn't think about that for a second.
I'm trying to think.
You go through my Spotify page.
I'm just gonna go based off the bands that I really love. So like Architects, like Moths of Flames. I want those two on there for sure, just because I love those bands. I think who else? I really like Chelsea Grin. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I've been listening to Era, of course. 4 bands too many? I think that's good.
That's chill. I like it.
I was gonna say, I'm basing this off a tour I went to too because it was pretty good. But I really like the band Reflections.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And then Animate. And then I would put some of the bands that I kind of grew up kind of listening to, and I would put Sworn In, Barrier, and I guess Youth Forever. Those bands.
Ooh.
I think that would make an interesting blend of just anger and then just heavy sounding, like just destroy the venue type of music.
Sick. I'm about that tour. I haven't seen you. I know obviously they changed their name. You Forever did. But yeah, I haven't heard or seen anything new with them yet. So hopefully they come back because that'd be sick. And
yeah, I think Devin. They live in the town also down the street from where I grew up.
wow, you're just real popular.
Sing some other type of music. I forgot the name of it, but it's completely different from You Forever. I really like their last album. I rediscovered it recently. Me and Jerry were listening to it, and we're like, "Oh, it's everything."
Awesome, guys. My next question, another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
My favorite TV show is Game of Thrones.
Oof.
Trying to think of favorite movies because I've seen so many. Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that one.
I thought Jeremy was gonna say The Office.
That's a very close second. There's
that's
too
good.
different to like decide between the two, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with big budget Game of Thrones. Can't go wrong with that.
I recently, I haven't seen it recently, actually, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Like, you said you were in Billy, and then that came into my head. Like, movie, I would say it's the Harry Potter series. Honestly, just it's like puts you in a new realm, and while you're like reading those books or watching those movies, like you feel like captured in the world. That's what I really like about them. Favorite movie?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Once we're done talking, I'm sure I'm gonna think of like 10 other movies. But I do love watching the Lord of the Rings movies. I think we're both just basically nerds. We like stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go with that. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. Can't go wrong with that.
There you go. I like that. I feel like I assimilate with you guys because I also am a nerd, so I like that sort of stuff. So if we lived closer together, I feel like we'd all be friends.
I think we should. Yeah, it's been a great time talking.
I'm coming by tomorrow. So anyway,
Sounds good.
We got space.
all right, sick. All right, guys. Next question: if you're trapped on a desert island and you could only bring one album to listen to for the next month, what album would it be?
Desert Island.
Desert Island.
It would definitely be Chan. I would listen to Chan.
Ooh, okay.
For the next, if it's only for a month, I'm gonna go with Thrice album Beggars.
Okay.
I've been listening to that one a lot, and that's probably my favorite album of theirs. So I'm just gonna go with something with a lot of replay value for me.
Awesome, guys. And lastly, the most important thing, tell them about your band Dematerialize, where they can find you at, anything coming up in the new year.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on Spotify, Twitter. Oh, yeah, we have Twitter
At DMAT Band.
Yeah, DMAT Band. Spotify. All our music's on there. You can like listen, pre-save, all that good stuff. Apple Music. And then next year, what do we have coming up next year? I mean, we're always writing new songs. The goal is to put out another EP next winter. So at some point, we're going to be doing some more recording.
Time is booked.
Yeah, I've got some time booked, and yeah, like I said, we're always writing new stuff. So at some point, we're gonna get that recorded, and then by winter of next year, should be able to expect some new music. So
you're gonna make them wait. I like that. Just like
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's our EP is coming out next Friday, December 7th. I believe that's next Friday.
You're right. It is next Friday.
Yeah, it's coming up real soon.
Like a 6-year wait.
Yeah, it's been a long term in the making. We will be dropping a new song right before it comes out, so you can expect that. That will also be on all our social media and streaming services, like Jeremy said.
Awesome. Well, like I said earlier at the beginning of this interview, huge thanks to Chelsea. Go show her some love in the comments, but also huge thanks to Dematerialize for coming on. Links are in the description where you can find out about their band. Go follow them on Spotify, because I know that's the big thing of this year and stuff like that. So if you want to know about new music, whenever they release stuff, go give it a listen, go stream it, go give them some money, go pick it up if you feel like, if you live in the area or whatever, if they're playing shows around you, go do that. And if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like it, subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks to Dematerialize for coming on.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon for putting this together. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Awesome.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.